Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut, and we have two amazing best-of-3 series for all of you. This is also going to be the Nexus Gaming Series playoff season for both Heroic. Well, it's all split up. It's Heroic and A, and then B, C, and D all have different start times. B, C, and D has already started, which we're going to get into a B game later, but right now we've got the Heroic Division matchup between the number 2 seed and the number 7 seed, so it's going to be Anti-Clan Association versus Sky5, but I'm sure you're all sitting at home saying, you know what, Bandit's cute and all, but how did we get here, Bahamut? The home team this evening is going to be Anti-Clan Association, as they have the higher seed in our playoff format, which means there's no coin flip. They actually just choose which one they want. So they either get first pick or map pick based on, well, their seeding, and so they've opted for map pick prior on the side of Anti-Clan Association. Well, Sky and Alterac were banned out by them. Sky Temple and Dragonshire banned out by the members of Sky5. Sky5 having first pick priority, meaning that Anti-Clan Association has to choose the map, and we have gone to Battlefield of Eternity for our game number 1. Let's go ahead and get back into our draft and see what we get here, as I already have a ping from someone just saying hello. Good way to start a ping. Let's go ahead. Fishy, thank you for the raid. Welcome over from everyone from a Fishy stream. I hope you had a good one, my friend. Thank you for supporting. I really appreciate that. I don't know if I heard the alert go off, but maybe it did. Either way, a Deathwing to be banned out, and we'll see what the second ban's going to be. Might be something like a Hanzo, something like a Vala, Greymane. Might want to consider getting rid of the race potential coming out from the members of Sky5, but they themselves would be banning out the Maiev as well as the Uther, not wanting to deal with any sort of main take Uther shenanigans, as well as the Maiev to be able to dive, dip, and well control a lot of the match. Yeah, I like how they're saying we're keeping it suspenseful. Fishy, thank you once again for the raid. I really appreciate that. I hope you had a good stream, my friend. Garrosh to be removed here, so not wanting to deal with that hero coming in. I just want to check something really quickly. For some reason, nope, that's all set right. Okay, and we should still have colorblind mode on, if I'm not mistaken, right? Hold on, let's double check that, because I know there were a lot of people who were like, no, colorblind mode is great. I just need to remember how to turn on colorblind mode. I think it's actually in gameplay. There we go. Yes, it is still on. All right, so we have Ariel as the first pick coming through on the side of Sky5, but that's a Cho'Gall. Giving the people what they want at the beginning of our series here. I am happy with a Cho'Gall to start things out. This is going to be absolutely great. Played my first game as Deathwing. The other, he's so fun. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. My wife's boyfriend, how you doing, friend? Good to see you. So I just got a message. It says, hello, I write for Elgato sponsorship. I can't reach anywhere for support. Who should I contact for this? Well, unfortunately, it's not me right now because we are streaming, so maybe we'll get back to them later. But right now, we have a Greymane and a Li Ming to be grabbed on the right-hand side here. Is this Division S? Literally, the teams are asking if it's the Division S. Like, no, we're in Heroic right now. But either way, good to see all of you, and I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thanks for lurking and hanging out, as a Nubarak will be banned out. They don't want to deal with the web wrap to lock down any sort of healer like a Rhaegar or a Lucio to maybe break it down, or even give you that Ancestor healing. Wicked Kitten, yes, I agree. Oh, goodness, indeed. I don't know to what, but just oh goodness covers things in general. Last ban to be coming out. They could just try and choke the healer pool. Like the Rhaegar might be a good ban out here if they don't want to deal with that Ancestor healing. I've seen that a lot. I've seen some Cho'Galls go into that. Ana's not a bad idea either for a ban too. Nano boosted Cho'Gall, yikes. So it was either the nano boost or it's going to be the Ancestor healing they don't want to deal with. So right now it's the nano boost. They don't want to give that benefit to Gall right there. But now they still need a healer, they still need a solo lane, and they still need some race potential coming out from the members of Anti-Clan Association. Is Cho'Gall win rate 100% in the division? I actually don't know, unfortunately. I don't know the stats for the Heroic division. Maybe? That's my best caster response, is that I honestly I don't know. But they're actually going to go into double support here. Now the Malfurion is a little interesting to me. The reason they're going into Malfurion, at least the way that I'm looking at this, is because the fact that Malfurion has cooldown reduction on your basic abilities as well as mana to be returned. The mana is not what you really care about. It's the cooldown reduction you're going to be supplying. So whether that goes to Cho, so for a cooldown reduction, or even to Rhaegar for more healing as well as some mana return, that's a really smart pickup in tandem. But there's the Rhaegar, as noted, he can play aggressive, but you also have the Ancestor healing as a big burst of healing. Now we do get a Mal'Ganis and a Rexxar, and I love this Mal'Ganis to be picked up. The reason being is that Okay, Mal'Ganis is really good because you have the dark conversion, so you actually might be able to use that life swap onto Cho'Gall, or even just be a disrupting factor and still go into Carrion Swarm. Butcher was picked up here on the side of Anti-Clan Association, and I don't know. I'm very unsure about this pickup right now. I was gonna have a sip of water, but apparently not, as even Bandit's unsure about this one. How do you feel about that draft, bud? How does Anti-Clan Association draft really shape up for you? Hi, bud. I was not expecting a Butcher to come out and round out that draft whatsoever. That's definitely an interesting one for me. You doing all right there, bud? He hurt his foot over the weekend. Well, I clipped his nail too short, and then he proceeded to run around a little too much. Bandit, why don't you chill out, bud? There you go. All right. Sorry about that, everyone. All right, we are going to be loading in here, and this Butcher, I don't know. I could sit here and break things down, but I really don't know. Indeed. That's gonna be an interesting one here. But either way, we are going to be getting into our game one here on Battlefield of Eternity between Anti-Clan Association and Sky5. I mean, you've got an Ariel, Greymane, Rexar, Li Ming, Mal'Ganis on the right-hand side. That's a really strong draft, but Anti-Clan Association has a draft that kind of just reads to me as like, they're just like, we feel like we can win with no matter what. Your face said it all. I feel like it kind of did. I feel like it definitely kind of did right there. But either way, we'll go ahead. 20,000 bandit bucks. KPB, I see it. We're going to do it after this game, though, because we're literally about to roll in, but I won't forget. We'll do the treat right afterwards, after we look at all the stats. So thank you for that one. Sounds like he needs a big treat then. He does need a big treat. Yeah, I'll send that over to him. I'll get that over to him right after this game. But right now, slowly but surely, we will load on in. Zell, how you doing? KPB as well. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful night. All right, let's go ahead and get on into game number one. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Anti-Clan Association. Got Filth will be on the Butcher. We're going to be seeing My Pal Vince on that Rhaegar. We've got Quantum on the Malfurion. And Dude Sir gonna be on that Cho'Gall. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Sky5. We're gonna be seeing Goliath on the Rexar. We've got Crafty Devil on the Mal'Ganis. Alan, by default, is going to be on the Ariel. We've got Apple Mike on that Greymane, and Frill on the Li Ming. Let's get into bottom lane, and let's check out our level 1s and see what we get here at the start of game number 1 of our first of 2 best-of-3 series. As noted before, it is playoff time, so these matches are going to be knocking people out of the bracket. It's not a double elimination, it's single elimination bracket for NGS, so this will be really fun to watch, and, well, we're going to find out who's going to be progressing further on the bracket and who's going to be ending their Season 8 here this evening in the Heroic Division, as it's just going to be a bit of a brawl in this bottom lane right now. No one going to be too aggressive thus far. I'm actually looking over into top lane, speaking of aggression. It's going to be Got Filth and My Pal Vince going into Goliath, and now, this is kind of, you know, you have Butcher to match the Rexar, and then you've got Rhaegar to match the Misha, just so that you can kind of at least still 2v2 in a sense right there. Poor Pupperfoot. He's all right, actually. He was a bigger champ about it than I was. I was the one who was having a panic attack the entire time because I've never had a dog nail that got clipped too short. Butcher dives in. That's going to be initial damage onto Crafty Devil, but not going to be able to solidify a kill just yet, as they are going to be getting enough healing from Alan by default. Greymane dives in, looking for a little bit of damage, but doesn't find anything right there. And now they just kind of reset back off and get ready for I would say this is probably time for the Bruiser camps if you're going to solo them, but I think they might delay that out a little bit further. I was looking at Greymane and Butcher, but it looks like they were just tapping well, or just getting, just cycling out of lane, and then they were getting right back in there. So no camped invasion just yet from either side. Anti-Clan Association is really saying they aren't scared of Sky5 at all, but Butcher's OP? Exactly. Yeah. Either way, for anyone that has a dog and you clip their own nails, if you do end up catching the quick Flower Flour will actually slow down, if not stop, the bleeding. Now, obviously, you need pressure and all that other stuff, but clean it and use like flour, baking soda, baking powder, and I think cornmeal are all like possibilities. If you don't, there's like 2 things that you can actually buy at the store that are specifically meant to make it so that it like speeds up the coagulation process. But I didn't have that because I've never had that happen. So flour works apparently. Either way, we do have Greymane grabbing the camp on the right-hand side, and this is what I was talking about, breaking off and grabbing those. That reasoning is because of the fact that you are going to be having the Immortal phase announced at the 2:30 mark, and it will be up and available for contest at the 3-minute mark in game. So that's why you often see a lot of teams break off, grab their bruiser camps, cycle that into lane. Now here, I think this is a little bit early in my opinion. The reason that being is that there's still 27 seconds on the Immortal spawn phase, meaning that the camp has already been pushed into lanes, so this Butcher can just sit here and clear this. Now Misha is threatening and slowing things down, but it's not like the camp is actually pushing onto the gate as easily. Now, they're going to be grabbing the camp just now, and so that means that 10 seconds in, you're going to be having this rotate to lane. Typically around that 10-second mark is when teams start to cycle over and get in position to start brawling or racing over the Immortal phase. But right now, they're going to be zoning them back a little bit. This is going to be blue on the bottom and red on the top, or I guess orange, if you will, is going to be on the top. As we have Greymane being dove on in this bottom lane. Apple Mike so very low. There's going to be a bombs away, but they sidestep that damage. Apple Mike with some 40 health. They do have damage over time onto them, but they're actually going to tap well and come back in a lane and manage that right there. Meanwhile, the Immortal phase, oh, look at this right now. I don't know. Okay, good. We have the blue vision set up right now because they don't know that there's a couple members in that bush, but they don't end up stepping to that far side of the Immortal. They're playing towards the center of the map as that's going to be a route onto 2. Ariel went for the Taming Strike, not connecting onto anyone. They did go into the repeat defense at level 4, so they're going to be stacking that out to a maximum of 6. And I believe that gets you 280 extra damage, 250 extra damage, but you also get the increased range that you knock them back on with. And that's actually a really, really impactful factor for those Ariels to set up even more dive onto a single target that might be a little too far forward. But right now we're going to swap over to the opposing side vision, just seeing how they're playing this defense on their side. Looks like they get a little bit of vision here and there. They know that the enemy team's going to be coming in from that left-hand side as Butcher goes for the charge onto the back line onto Frail. That's going to be Cho'Gall diving in as well, and they blow up Li Ming immediately. 56 blood on the Butcher right now, and they're going to be looking for a little bit more as Misha's a little bit low, but they actually say, you know what, the Immortal phase is going to be up and in our favor, so let's go ahead and grab that. At least the first phase will be in their favor. Yo, Ektar, how's it going? Bahamut of the Storm, thank you. I hope to one day be your Bahamut of the Storms. Either way, my pal Vince is just currently forcing back Apple Mike as there's going to be a little a runic bomb that goes out there but doesn't find anyone still. They didn't go into the questing, no, the questing talent isn't until 7th, if I'm not mistaken. So either way, that's going to be a lot of initial damage going out onto the Misha, who does go down. More blood for the Butcher if they're actually in range for that to drop for them. Crafty Devil trying to get the Night Rush through a couple players. That's going to be the Butcher with the chase in. Mal'Ganis goes down. Anti-Clan Association with 3 kills at the start here. Going to cycle their Butcher back over. Going to be working on that Immortal phase while the camp is going to be continuing to push up top lane, and Malfurion goes into bottom to make sure they clear that out. No, I think it is actually questing at 4, if I'm not mistaken. Now that I'm seeing the 7s come through, I think because this is Uppercut, isn't it? Oh no, or is Uppercut at 4? No, I thought this was Uppercut. Either way, Immortal phase, 292. So very close, but the members of Anti-Clan Association will not be getting the Immortal phase. I started saying that, and I said it backwards, but either way, that's going to be Sky5 with a slight advantage in that. They're going to be able to grab the first Immortal, and that'll be going into top lane. Looks like Rhaegar's going to be matching the Rexar in bottom as the Immortal has come through. Going to have a little bit of poke onto Quantum, as this is going to be Mal'Ganis stepping up. That's going to be a Night Rush onto Cho'Gall. They're getting a lot of damage onto Dudester, who does get the Surging Fist out, but Malfurion's going to be picked off here first as the Immortal is going to continue to push on in through this top lane. 16 seconds on the Malfurion as we still have the Rhaegar in the bottom lane. Got Filth still sitting at 76 stacks, not even at the 100 mark yet. And this is just a bit of a rough spot to be in. Okay. I was checking on Bandit, sorry. Either way, oh god, Phil taking so much damage here. They're just going to try and auto-attack through the pain, but they had the brand on someone, and you can see them stepping forward to try and continue that brand damage so they can continue to stay alive. Nice Taming Strike onto the Cho'Gall. Sleep coming through as well. Dudester is so very low. Gets the shove as well as the Surging Fist. Ooh, that disengage was just hairy overall, but now Butcher, who did get picked off, is going to be set down to 64 stacks. A little bit of a ways to go to that 200 mark for them. Now, on the note of Butcher, they'll lose stacks as they die. I believe it's 10 stacks per death. Yes, but once you get the, no, excuse me, 15 stacks per death. Once you actually get the 200 stacks, you do not lose them anymore, and you actually continue to get stacks from heroic kills. Now, that is going to be reduced by 10 from 20 to 10, so that is the small difference. Here's the thing, like if they are able to wipe the enemy team right now, that's a significant amount of blood stacks or meat stacks for them as Malfurion trying to get to the far side. They're still pushing in this top lane as Rhaegar is actually being forced in through bottom. 10 talents here just around the corner for both, and actually Gotfilth rotates in just as they're able to grab those meat stacks, so they're going to be sitting at 86. Oh, that's a charge in onto Li Ming, who blinked forward trying to increase the distance, but that's Cho'Gall who comes in with the comes right into the Night Rush, and that still will be the kill. Ooh, there's the Lambda Slaughter onto Mal'Ganis, and that keeps them back. And that's, I mean, we just went from 60 to 130 stacks on this Butcher right now. Speaking of stacks on Cho'Gall, going to be having 11 out of the 20 for the double trouble. Malfurion at 8 out of the uncapped for Vengeful Roots. We've got 5 out of the 6 for the repeated defense for the Ariel, 9 out of the 25 for the Hunter-Gatherer for Rexxar. And that is it questing-wise for now. But another Immortal Phase has joined us, and we'll see what happens. Uppercuts at 4 until they complete... Oh, okay. I thought the Searing Flesh... I thought I was swapping these around. I thought there was only 7s. That's really only at 7, but Bloodlust comes out from the Rhaegar. They dive in. That's going to be a lot of initial damage as the Carrion Swarm comes out as well. Dudester trying to force their way in onto this fight. Looks like the camp was grabbed in favor for the members of the Anti-Clan Association, and on that note, they're going to go ahead and jump onto the Immortal, getting a decent amount of damage in there, somewhere in the 3,000 mark, but they'll back off and set up for a defensive posture and see how they get ready for this. Ghost Bear, I don't know if I said hi to you earlier, but I hope you're having a wonderful night. Good to see you over in Tatsuki's channel. And here they're just going to go ahead and clear up, and I think both teams are actually setting up for defense, as they actually did grab this Shaman camp over here on the left-hand side. And I totally just missed my mouth with my glass of water, so there's water all over my desk. But we'll deal with that later, as we currently have Crafty Devil stepping up. Dudester going to have to get back a little bit. We actually haven't looked at any other numbers just yet, so that's actually going to be... Oh, that's a huge Twisting Nether, but they're getting very low here on the side of Anti-Clan Association, but the same thing could be said about Mal'Ganis, who does not get out alive. They end up going down. Resurrect is up and available. They do get the kill onto Rexxar on top of all this. They're going to resurrect the Rexxar, because that does bring an extra player into the fight. Dude abides, and Kelser are trying to dive onto Apple Mike. They actually get the insta-pop onto Rexxar, and that's a charge in from the Butcher going in onto Ariel, who tried to force them back, but the hammer, the Twilight Hammer from Cho'Gall, pushing them around a little bit, getting that stun, and now they should be able to go ahead and capitalize on it. This Immortal Phase on the side of Anti-Clan Association. We're just going to use our t-shirt to... It's just water. Langaria, thank you so much for the 3 months of support. I will resend your alert when we get out of game. And I know how to properly drink out of a glass of water, but right now there's actually a fight breaking out down over here. Gotfilth, they probably didn't have their stacks finished out yet. We'll check here in just a minute. We'll cycle through the other numbers. While that's happening, we are going to be seeing them finish out on the Immortal Phase, or at least attempting to. This is going to be an invade coming out from the opposing side. We can actually see the vision right now for our blue team, so they can see that there's a couple of members coming in for the defense. They're going to throw out that bomb here and there to get a little extra damage. They've got some tools to throw out a little bit of damage here and there onto the Immortal, but once they see that number right there going down, they should invade onto the aggressive side and try and get this capitalized for themselves, because this is a significant Immortal shield that's coming in favor for the members of Anti-Clan Association if they're able to grab this. 220. So he actually did finish the stacks beforehand. That's why they were inting so hard. I didn't know. I didn't catch that they finished it. I didn't see the announcement for it. Cho'Gall going to be diving in there. That's going to be the Twisting Nether, but she's going to be coming in as well. It's a lot of damage onto Frill initially. They get the Detainment Strike to force them back. Dudester still steps up further as the Apple Mike's taking a lot of damage right here. They actually have a bit of a split fight as Goliath is going to be having the Lambda Slaughter onto them. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Cho'Gall, but either way, Butcher is going to be able to find the kill onto them. Another 10 stacks going over, as that's going to be the charge in onto Frill. No Detainment Strike to force them back. They do have Crafty Devil interrupting a bit, and they force them back, saving Frill, but this still means the Immortal Phase should be going over in favor for the members of Anti-Clan Association. Really, really well played by them in this later half. It's 12 to 13 in kills, and this is, you know, that Butcher's getting significant value from those kills as well, because of just the scaling that you get from that. Let's look really quickly. 465 in auto right now from Butcher as they dive in, but did they forget that the towers shoot? Kind of seems like a little bit. Either way. Stacks, 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 exactly. How's everyone enjoying the casting day? I'm pumped. She's in beautiful car. Ooh! Thanks, then. I'm glad I can be your source of entertainment while you eat some wonderful food, as that's going to be a chase in the bottom lane. They're going to interrupt that with Twilight Hammer from Cho'Gall, as that also will be... Okay, so sorry, I'm getting used to colorblind mode, and some of the effects, like the atmospheric effects and stuff like that, is just like, it's different colors. So I'm like, what was that? And it was just Cho'Gall finishing out their level 7 double trouble, but I was just like, that it was... Like, it just, I never catch them because it's just, I'm so used to seeing everything in the normal color vision. As that's going to be the Misha going down. That actually should be 10 more stacks for the Cho'Gall, or for the Butcher, as they end up charging right in there. They're going to be getting the Twisting Nether onto a couple players. They're going to continue to dive in with the Surging Fist. That's going to be a silence out from Malfurion. The Immortal still working its way onto the fort right there, as that's a lockdown onto one. Apple Mike will be going down to the Butcher. Resurrection is up and available if they want to go for that right there. They dive in further with this Cho'Gall. Butcher just continuing to just auto into here, gonna chase in with 484 in auto currently. They did get the Night Rush onto them, so it stops them from stepping up further, but the core is starting to fall very rapidly. And it looks like, will they be able to end this? Or did they get forced back? Cho'Gall played that angle so very well. They actually started feigning that they're going towards top lane, and then they just, the entire team was split, and then they just charged onto the Ariel. Gee, dear Lord, Anti-Clan Association with a dominant game number 1. GG, well played. Zerk, how you doing, friend? Good to see you. KPB, I did not forget you. I have that treat for Bandit. We're gonna show stats and then we'll jump over to that. This is how I've been enjoying Afternoon Haunts for the last 3 months. I'm glad I can entertain. I don't know why, but I kept wanting to say Cho'Gall for the Butcher. I don't know, my brain tonight. All right, let me get a message out to the teams and see what they want to do. Oh my God, the Ghillie Sharks, just, I love them so much. It's gonna be Goliath. I've watched you before, but it's almost every day from mid-December. Thank you so much. Maestro, how you doing? Oof? We get an oof from you? Alright, let me show stats once more, and then we'll get to the KPB's treat. Perfect. Let's update the team score, because that's the one thing I forgot to do, and then get this treat. Butcher was giga busted. I mean, what did he do? Actually, I mean, like, Gall did 51,000 heroic damage. Butcher was actually 4th with 30,000. All right, let's get this treat for Bandit, because I know you're all itching. Ooh, I'm not gonna make you get up. You're already a good boy. You're already good. Do you see that little tail? Do you all see that little tail? What's that little tail doing? Huh? Can I have a shake? Good boy. All right, here you go. This is your favorite. Oh, bud. Yes. Enjoy. Thank you, KPB, for the treat. It is very much appreciated. All right, cool. I know what the map is going to be, so let me make that. Super. Delicious. Thank you, KPB. Orange, how you doing? All pad strats? Yeah, exactly. I didn't put myself. I was just like, who's in here? It's me. It's me doing things wrong. Swap team, and I think Kelser was the one who got hat on that team. Who was the one who didn't come in? I'll just wait for the last player. How's everybody doing this evening? Thanks for hanging out. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Stream-wise for this week, we have a best of 5 tomorrow night, and that'll be for the Division S. We have Heroes Heart Celebrity Clash League on Wednesday night. That'll be a best of 5 series over on the Heroes Heart channel.
Subscribed.
Thank you.
Hey there, Bahamut. Hope you are having a great night.
Thank you, Rob Christie, for the 9 months of support. What is our baby's name? What is our baby's name? Thank you for the support, seriously, though. I really appreciate it. And Langaria, thank you as well for the tier 1s for 3 months. All right, we got the last player in here.
Laughing face.
Thank you. Good night. All right, so it's you. It's Day. Hi, Day. Good to see you. If anyone missed our co-op stream yesterday, I highly recommend you go back and watch that over on her channel. We played a way out, and it was just shenanigans the entire time. It was like 4 hours of shenanigans. It's actually a really good VOD. But on the note of stream, so tomorrow night, we're going to be doing Division S on this channel. We have Heroes Heart Celebrity Clash League on Wednesday. That'll be 1 best of 5 series over there. Thursday, we'll be having 2 best of 5s on this channel for the Division S for Heroes Lounge. No stream planned for Friday. Saturday is a maybe because of just D&D things. Sunday, I will not be streaming. I have to go pick up my friend at the airport. And then I believe... at this point, I am not streaming next week until potentially next Saturday evening, so we'll see. Realistically, it might be Sunday, but either way, we've got Division S tomorrow, Heroes Hearth on Wednesday, and Division S on Thursday. You've got 3 wonderful days of casting action, but either way, we need to get some hats set, and I think we're good to go for game number 2 here in just a second. I went your way out, kind of wasn't it? It wasn't a great game for me, but co-oping with... it's just Chef Kiss. My best friend has just gotten to... yeah, no, like, Langaria, like, Day and I, we made up a whole side story. It's really, really good. Glad to support. Thank you so much, Rob Christie. It's Monday. I agree. Yes, it's Monday, and I don't want it to be. I'm just so tired, and I don't know why. I should sleep now or keep watching, even though I have a morning class in 6 hours. Why don't you do this? Why don't you turn the volume to, like, 2, and then just let my dulcet tones take you over to dreamland. Let me ask if the teams are ready, and we'll go ahead and get into game number 2 here in just a second. All right, one team is ready, and we'll see what the other one says, and we'll get going here in just a second. We could be seeing a game 3. That's possible. But yes, the away out co-op was a blast. Day and I are already talking about other games, but we still have another half of that game to finish out, so we'll probably end up doing that maybe next Sunday the 23rd. We'll see. I'm not sure. Okay, going. Good luck. Have fun. All right, let me just double check all the settings are correct. That's going to be that. All right. Ooh, we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and get into it. What? Monday? Garage table flip. I'm not happy it's Monday, honestly. I wish it was Friday already. Like I'm already over this week, but let's go ahead and get on into our draft. Let's see what we get here as we get into Towers of Doom. Welcome back, to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. I knew I did something wrong. There we go. I was like, something's not right. There we go. Okay. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here in game number 2 of our first best of 3 of the evening with Anti-Clan Association, our 2nd seed for the Heroic Division on the left, and we have Sky5, our 7th seed on the right, trying to take us to a game number 3 as we get to Towers of Doom. But if you're sitting at home and you might have just joined us and you're wondering, how do we get to Towers of Doom, Bahamut? I got you covered, friends. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Anti-Clan Association. And now, playoff rules are a little bit different than regulation rules. Playoff rules dictate that the home team is going to be the higher seeded team, as well as they get to decide whether they want first pick or if they want map pick priority. They went for map pick priority in game number 1 on the side of Anti-Clan Association, with Volskaya and Alterac being banned out by them. Sky Temple and Dragonshire to be banned out by Sky5. Battlefield was the first map chosen by Anti-Clan Association and won by them. The opposing side has either first pick or map pick priority. Opting for first pick on the side of Sky5, the members of Anti-Clan Association decided to take us to Towers of Doom for game number 2. And Gunnar Hertz, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Sorry for destroying your name probably, but let's get into the draft and let's find out what we are going to be having ban-wise. In a Maiev and an Abathur to be banned out. They don't deal with that Abathur on Towers of Doom. Now, Uther is up and available if they wanted to go into that. They themselves are going to be banning out the Cho, showing that they're definitely not going in that direction. I like how the response from Frill was "you got us," which honest to God, I kind of hope that they came out with the Cho'Gall themselves. Feet or I burn it down. You already missed it, Tilt's sister. There was like half an hour of feet when the stream went live. We've been live for 38 minutes. Half an hour of that was just feet. You missed it. You have to be up in 6 hours too. Go. I mean, thank you for supporting me. I do appreciate it, but go to bed, people. Get some good sleep. Like, no joke, I'm probably going to finish this stream. It'll be 9:30, and I'm just going to go lay down with Bandit. and then probably be up till midnight because I'm dumb, and then I'll sleep for 4 hours. All right, Uther is going to be on the right-hand side, but a Tyrael and a Sylvanas on the left. They're not trying to juice pirates this, are they? Banning Cho and not Gaul? Tilted sister. Just the... No! I mean, I'll probably walk by camera at some point. Imagine banning Cho. I'm dead inside. No, please don't be dead inside. It's good to see you, Tilted Sister. Ariel and Vala on the right-hand side. So it's actually going to be the main tank Uther being picked up by Sky5 with an Ariel and a Vala for their sustained damage as well as the healing. And that battery for Ariel being the Vala is going to be very good for them. They're going to ban out the Falstad, which means they're getting rid of Gus specifically. I honestly think that this is Juice Pirates. Lab snoring, very calming. Should have planned dinner better because I have to AFK during draft game 2. Rip. Oh no, Desert Jester. How you doing, friend? Good to see you. Juice Pirates and Towers of Doom? Exactly, Stark. You just run it down and get all of the towers. And then they can't do anything. You just start the barrage. Why would you ask for feet when you could have unlimited bandit paws? That's true.
Let the games begin.
Anyone picks Tyrael. Juice? Yeah. This is 100% juice right here. Come on now, Stark. You can juice pirates on any map. You can juice pirates on any map. You can't juice on towers? Yeah, you can. If you take down all the towers, you start the barrage. I know the point of juice pirates is not to do that, but still. You technically can. I don't know. Either way, kill toss to round out this draft with, they need something in the soul lane.
The crusade calls.
Let's save some lives.
She literally just said, let's juice pirates. You don't need Greymane. You just use Artanis. What you doing, Hegemon? How you doing, bud? I'm not gonna lie, the draft on the side of Sky5 is a little confusing to me. Does that literally leave Uther as the solo lane into Artanis? See, even my wife's boyfriend knows. Juice Pirates? Exactly. It's 100% Juice Pirates. 100% Juice Pirates. On Towers of Doom, a map where you technically can't Juice Pirates. Because the whole point of Juice Pirates, for anyone that doesn't get the meme or anything like that, the reason I keep saying Juice Pirates is because you cannot Juice Pirates on Towers of Doom. The whole point of Juice Pirates is to literally run it down. You jump to a tower, and you Sanctification at the last second, and you just burn it down. You usually end up losing that fight, and then you get 10 with Lieutenant Morales. You use the medevac, and then you jump to a keep. Then you usually burn that down. You end up dying typically, and then you medevac once more, Sanctification, all that, and then you burn down the core, and that's the game. Usually somewhere in the 7 to 10 minute mark, depending on how many times you get picked off. Now the Artanis here, I'm wondering if it's just they literally picked it up because they don't want to deal with the Vala burst, and just having blinds onto her might help out. Also, if Vala's not auto attacking and getting damage out, she's not filling up the bar for Ariel, so there's going to be a factor to consider as well. Towers of Butts. Juicing tower butts. Oh god, Buttspot, you're doing your best. If they don't medevac to core, I'm inting. I kind of want that to happen too. When is Bahama Juicy Mo? When we get Twitch partner. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Anti-Clan Association. We're going to be having My Pal Vince on the Tyrael. Kelsey are going to be on the Sylvanas. We've got Quantum on the Lieutenant Morales. Udabides to be on the Artanis. And...
The battle begins.
I was trying to remember off the top of my head. Gotfilled on the Medivh. No, I was not remembering that. But on the right-hand side, we get the members of Sky5. They're going to be trying to take us to a game number 3 as we have Apple Mike on the Ariel. Alan by default will be on the Uther. Frill to be on the Kael'thas. Goliath will be on the Vala, and we've got Crafty Devil on the Joanna. Let's go ahead and take a peek at our level 1s. Baja wants me to in? No, I want them to fly core with medevac. I want to see what happens with the medevac when they do that. Here we go. Portal forward, burn it down, lock it down with Sylvanas, play to the far side of this. You're probably going to lose the fight, but you're probably going to get the tower. This is Juice Pirates on Towers of Doom. Blonde Duchess, how you doing, friend? Good to see you. With partner, I need a foot emote. All right, there you go. That has beard and glasses? Yeah. Okay, that's a deal. But good to see you, Blonde Duchess. Hope you're having a wonderful night. So they they've actually disengaged from this really, really well. They got quite a bit of damage onto this tower right here as well. What is it? What's left on that? 2,495. And now they have to be wary of Sylvanas' cooldown on her trait. It's like 30 some seconds onto that as well. It's not the longest cooldown for a Sylvanas for her black arrows. It's actually 40 seconds, excuse me, but still, that's up and available, and that's something they're going to need to consider. Unless they're not doing that the rest of the game, they're just gonna play the standard, but that was just like, that was a start, and I wonder if it was just to literally help the solo lane so you can push and be more aggressive here. Uther did go into Hammer the Lightbringer at level 1. We might see them going to Pursuit of Justice at level 4, allowing them to have the, it allows you to chase and stun a lot more often. Yeah, I think that's a good way to say it. Anti-Clan Association literally clowning around. I mean, but their name. It's like a sub-edge, but the footwear is like a... Wait, what? Oh, wait, hold on, Kelser. Portal, locks it down. Alan by default sees this. Here's the thing though, if you get this tower, I believe it takes on the entire front gate as well. Yeah. And not just the gate, the sidewalls on top of that. So that's actually, I think that's the earliest bell tower I think going down, especially like in an odd lane outside of like bottom. I've never seen this tactic ever. Anti-Clan Association is full of clowns. I wasn't expecting this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not gonna lie. Hold on. Let's see what Frill and Dudabides are gonna be doing down this bottom lane. I'm watching the minimap to see if we have any more engagements happen. But right now, Vala to be in top lane, Uther to help out there as well. Currently gonna be having a triple bell tower phase coming up. Artanis is just doing their best to make sure that this doesn't go through the bottom lane, as Frill gets a lot of good damage onto them. We do currently have Quantum over just above, just to be able to get some healing out. Gonna throw out that safeguard on top of it just to mitigate any of the incoming damage. That way they can heal through the majority of that. Tyrael already on the aggressive side as this. There's gonna be Medivh poking at this. They're trying to force this through. The bell tower does get converted over in favor for the members of Sky5 as they're just getting the dismount and getting the portal back out. They're playing this so insanely well on the side of Anti-Clan Association as they're looking to go ahead and try and perfect this game right now.
Enough of this.
Zero damage has gone onto them thus far. Baha, Juice Pirates. Baha also, I wasn't expecting Juice Pirates. So it's not so much that as it's working out. That's what I'm not expecting. I'm just not expecting it to work out in the way that it is. Because it's not like, it's not super Juice Piratey in a sense where they're not like constantly just like pushing down a lane, but they've just got that threat that's always there. Like I'm just watching minimap right now and I know that they're gonna be rotating this Sylvanas in with a Tyrael as well, and they're either gonna be getting a kill onto Uther or they're gonna be taking down a tower, if not both maybe. Unless, wait, hold on, look at this response though. And this is what's gonna happen every single time. There's gonna be a response like this because they don't want to allow them to be able to get the damage onto the structures, and so they're gonna be able to portal away. They are kind of capitalizing this. Got Filth is I think they were trying to go for the portal, so that will be stacks reset on the Arcane Rift. Meanwhile though, in bottom lane, Artanis gets free push, and Artanis doesn't do too bad when they actually solo lane push. I mean, we can actually cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like as we have gotten into this. This is more like Juice Bandits. I think we're gonna start calling it that. Who replaced my thumbs with hearts? Destroying the gate in front tower doesn't give extra XP. So the gate, and the sidewalls do not give experience whatsoever, but what the sidewalls do is they do provide vision, and that's the only reason I always harp on that is, well, that was a really good vault from Vala. Unfortunately, Got Filth is on their tail, and they're gonna find that kill on them regardless. The sidewalls are always good to take down if you have the opportunity to do so, because of the fact that it does provide vision to the enemy team, and so it's just one less thing that they have in their toolkit or on their minimap to be able to see what you're doing. And so it's something that I always like to kind of poke at, and not poke at, but just kind of touch on, because of just the value you can actually get from it, and I think it's sometimes undervalued, if not overlooked. Right now they're going to be zoning them back around the single altar phase. We do have a bell tower up and available for grabs, but it doesn't look like they're going for... Okay, I was saying it doesn't look like they're going for the channel immediately, but it looks like, yeah, they are going to be having the bruisers and the bruisers in a sense, the bruisers and the tanks battling it out for a couple seconds. Alan by default does dodge the swap from Artanis. And that's a nice Taming Strike and the Wall Protection status coming out from Medivh. There's going to be a portal to the side, but I think this is more or less just to get them into the backline. Might have been a misclick or something, because it feels like they would have wanted to throw that portal right behind the Artanis, but 16 seconds onto them. 10 talents here, not too far off on either of these sides. So we can go ahead and look at those stacks as well as these level 1 talents once again. Really good protection coming out from Medivh. That's going to be Tyrael going down. There's going to be a portal into the backline. Goliath in a bit of a rough spot, ends up going down to the trade of Tyrael, so at least they trade that out right there. Artanis just now coming back up. Ariel thought to go, or did just go down. Unfortunately, Medivh's stacks reset once again, sitting at 29 stacks. Kelser finds the kill onto the Uther, who has some ghost heals for this Johanna as they're going to be chasing on in further into this bottom lane. Artanis coming through. Now, I don't know if Sylvanas has her black arrows up and available. We can check. She does. They could look to push up this wave and potentially lock down this tower before Artanis gets the channel, but it looks like they're going to play it safe. Go for the 4 shots rather than the 5, and they will be pushing themselves further forward in our game number 2 here of our first of 2 best-of-3 series of the evening as they step up and they're going to be looking for a bottom lane bell tower, converting this back over. Now, typically we see a lot of priority into the bottom lane bell tower being held over and also, or excuse me, being converted as well as then held over, but right now, that's what's happening. This is what's happening right now, as Sanctification will be coming out, Leyline Seal as well from the Medivh. They already burned through the Sanctifications. There's going to be Quantum actually getting through the portal. They actually get the Detaining Strike onto Medivh, who ends up... No, the portal's not going to be up and available, and they have their stacks reset once again. Oh my god. First HOTS tournament, 40-0. I definitely have casted a 40-0 game before, but I think they can bring it back. I think there might be a point where, even though they're getting some of these bell tower conversions, they're also going to be playing aggressive and doing things like this. And if they can maybe pick them apart in these fights, that'll work out for them. But they do get camp in their favor on the side of Sky5. Anti-Clan Association a little bit split here. Goliath actually vaulting forward. They did go into that Deathbringer build, if I'm not mistaken, so it's actually vaulting into them. Actually provides a lot more extra damage as you do have a cycle of abilities. Goliath needing to back off there. And we do continue to see Medivh working on those Arcane Rift stacks, currently sitting at 3. Sappers in top lane will crash into this bell tower if left unattended. Seems like they're just going to go for the bell tower conversion rather than actually poking at the objective phase. Okay, no. They were just trying to whittle that down. They were trying to see if they can get that beforehand. But now Uther and friends coming in. Medivh was scouting out all of that, so they did see all of them coming over this way. Stun goes out into Tyrael, going to try and find a fight onto them. Crafty Devil getting actually very low on mana. They don't have a lot of mana to do much with. They might not actually be even able to do a shield glare, but that's going to be a Leyline Seal into 3. They find the kill onto Vala. Meanwhile, Medivh has the channel just above us, as Kelser's going to chase on the Frill, but doesn't continue to do so. 15-40 when it comes to core health. And we apparently have a speed run on our hands this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Cat Peach, thank you so much for the 18 months of support. I've made 2 Bahamut subscription babies. Thank you, Cat Peach. I'll resend your alert when we get out of game. Grades versus the SEA teams, that might be it, yeah. Like, in HGC, yes, there absolutely was, but here's going to be the Johanna going down. There was a Sanctification that was used as well, and they instantly get that blown up in their favor. Now, they can convert the bottom lane bell tower, and it looks like Sylvanas is already using the Banshees to get over there. They're going to go ahead and grab this Sapper Camp, because if the Sapper Camp doesn't hit the actual bell tower itself, they're going to ignore the camp and just go for the bell tower instead, and they're going to try and start the barrage before the enemy team can convert this over. Now, once you have all 6 bell towers on the map, you get the barrage to start, which means your core will fire 1 shot towards the enemy core so long as you're holding those over. So I think they might get 1 or 2 here, not even 2. Also, a little fun fact. These little dots, they signify the lanes. So you can see there's only 1 orange. That's because there's only this orange right here, but all the rest are blue because, well, they control them all as they're trying to convert this mid lane back over. Going to be able to do so just without a problem. But here's the issue that is now kind of shown up for this team. There's a camp in bottom lane, which gives free posturing to the opposing team, who's gonna medevac to the tower. Interesting call. I guess there's 8 seconds left. Yeah, they can burn it down under 8 seconds, and they're gonna try and portal out of there. Let's see if the gravity lapse holds through. That's gonna be the Divine Storm from the Uther. That's gonna be Medivh going down, as well as the Sylvanas and the Lieutenant Morales. They are finding so many kills here. All the members of Anti-Clan Association go down, and they don't get this bell tower converted. Over 249 health remain. They're only going to get 6 shots, but they're going to capitalize on the boss up and available, and that will be a total of 10 shots coming through. the members of Sky5 punishing the bandit pirates. Interesting plays coming out this evening, but the perfect game for Anti-Clan Association is no longer a thing, as 10 shots have rained in on their core. How do the members of Sky5 bring it back? It's Towers of Doom. Kael'thas just finished their level 1 quest. We currently have Creed the Hunter almost done as well for the Vala. Gonna work to convert that back down. That's gonna be Medivh converting top lane over. This Medivh is Butt. Butt spot coming in just perfectly right there. Joanna's still holding this mid lane. Gonna have Medivh still in top. Let's actually cycle through the, I want to jump over the vision really quickly, see what they're seeing. They can see Medivh's in top. They know a camp was just grabbed for bottom lane. Looks like they're gonna be stepping up to top lane to try and convert their own back over. But yeah, they see this bottom lane. They need to be a little wary of this because there's a camp coming through, and if that camp goes through over the wall, it's gonna be shots on their core, and they cannot give over any shots realistically. Trainwreck, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. Condemn coming in to set up a little bit. That's gonna be the medevac to get them out. Can they burn down the... They actually burned down... The medevac doesn't get burned down in time, but still the chain bomb, or the living bomb, does go out to them. That forces them out of the bottom lane. Top lane bell tower is still in favor for the members of Anti-Clan Association. We are 16s up on both sides when it comes to our talent tiers. Crafty Devil, Tyrael actually... There's, it's the level... No. It's the Sword of Justice, I believe, yes. Leyline Seal onto 4. Wailing Arrow comes out afterwards. A lot of damage onto Uther, who does get some good healing from Apple Mike. This is such a split fight as the Divine Storm comes out as well. Gravity Lapse doesn't connect onto Gotfield as they were waiting to see. I think they were just waiting for that Gravity Lapse to come through, but now there's so many low members on the side of Sky5 as that's going to be Frill going down. Vala did finish the Creed of the Hunter. Resurrection coming through onto the Kael'thas. They're going to be back 5v5 here, but this is a triple altar phase. The members of Anti-Clan Association, if they're able to get all 3 of these, that is going to be game over to them. But now, this is such a split fight right now as Ariel comes in. This is the blind from Artanis really helping out to make sure that they're not going to be able to get any more healing. Sylvanas and Kael'thas are going to be battling it out in the top over here. You literally just saw the Arcane Barrier, but Kelser just burned right through that. Jumping back into our bottom lane team fight, this is still going to be a bit of a back and forth. We're able to force them back for now. This is going to be Sylvanas sitting over here in the bush as Frill is considering to jump up there. Right now, the Artanis is getting the channel. Alan, by default, will be able to interrupt that for now. We're going to cycle through those numbers once again to get an idea of what those look like as Kael'thas and Sylvanas are still playing this game, this tippy-toe game? We'll call it that, sure. I'm just looking to see right here. Frill almost gets the channel right there as the bottom lane bell tower was channeled by the Artanis. Where are you going with this? You're literally landing on top of Frill, and so far they've actually gotten 1 out of the 3 out of this. That's gonna be Sanctification coming out. They need to interrupt this on this. They need to get to Medivh. They need to get all the way over to Medivh. Well, the members of Anti-Clan Association speedrun tonight's first best of 3. GG, well played. That was not the match I was expecting. Woohoo! Not the match I was expecting whatsoever, I'm not gonna lie. Cat Peach, thank you for the Killsock coming too, yeah.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribed.
I've made 2 Bahamut subscription babies.
At least it wasn't 40-0. True. For what it's worth. That's true. You're not wrong. I wasn't prepared for our first matchup of the evening to be 45 minutes. That was savage though. Deco, what's up, bud? Okay, I go sleep. Good night, Orange. take back everything I said about how you were right the whole time. It's Juice Pirates. It's Juice Pirates. Juice Pirates on Towers of Doom. Alrighty, we're gonna be joined by Got Filled this time. Congratulations on your 2-0 victory. How you feeling?
Pretty good. It was fun games.
You look like you guys just showed up, had some fun, and you moved on into the further onto the bracket for the playoffs. Like, how are you feeling after just kind of walking through this best of 3 series? I hate to say that to Sky5 because they're way better than I'll ever be, but still, like, you almost seemingly walked through this series.
Well, we knew we were probably going to be pretty favored going into the game, so we were like, we should just try some new stuff. So we were like, doing the medevac cheese with Medivh on towers seems like it could be decent. Seems like it could be pretty fun, so we just tried that. I'm a big believer in Butcher, so...
Tatsuki, thank you so much for the raid. We literally got raided by Tatsuki as we're doing this interview, so there's a bunch of banana sharks in chat. But either way, we'll get to that Towers of Doom game in here in just a second. Battlefield of Eternity, what is the team's opinion on Cho'Gall in this situation? Because that was a snap pick, and it didn't seem like you were worried about anything that came up to you.
I think Cho'Gall's really good right now. He might not be as good as people think he is. I think he's starting to get a bit worse. He's starting to lose, but he's just really hard to deal with.
Is it because more like more people like me who are like plat gold who are playing it, so it's just messing up the KD or the win ratio?
I think even in Divest, like the Divest players are starting to lose on it now.
Oh, okay. Now the Butcher. Why the Butcher in game 1?
I like playing the Butcher. I wanted to play it. I saw an opportunity, so I just installed it.
I was very surprised by it. Like there's a moment where I just stopped talking about draft. I'm like, we apparently have a Butcher. But going over to game number 2, I was joking about it being like a Juice Pirates, and it essentially was a Juice Pirates. Is this something you've been working on, or is this like something you're just like, you know what, let's just give it a shot?
No, that's the first time we did it, but I've seen people do things like that before, just with like Medivh Sylve going over walls, getting keeps. Yeah. Or it's like, let's just send the medic in there too.
Lieutenant Morales, I actually loved it. And then, what are comms like when you're medevacing and stuff like that, but you're medevacing on top of a Kael'thas? Like, what are comms super? Just is it just like everyone calling out everything really calmly, or is it just pure chaos? Like, we're just gonna body him.
It's mostly just Vince screeching.
Okay, all right. That's not bad. Now, looking at the bracket right now, so you took a win over Sky5, so they're out of the Season 8 for NGS. You could potentially go up against Regen or Rewind next, and that match is actually, I believe that's actually already happened as well. Who would you like to go up against? Because I don't know the result at all.
I think Regen's probably better than Rewind, but they're both 2 of the better teams, so it's going to be a little spooky playing against both of them, but I think we're probably a little favored in both the matchups. Okay.
And then I guess progressing towards the end of our bracket here, just out of curiosity, the upper bracket, oh, my mouse is stuck on the bracket itself. There's, the Perfect Gems versus Rising Phoenix Topaz. That's going to be a matchup, and then you have Archon versus Chicken Nuggets. Out of those 4 teams, is there anyone, if you made it to the grand finals, that you'd want to go up against specifically for fun, for maybe some rivalry?
I think it'd be fun to go up against Perfect Gems because they beat us earlier in the season. So
okay.
Take them down.
Little bit of revenge?
Yeah. I kind of expect them to be there too. I think they're the best team.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, everybody. That's the prediction. We're going to hold you to it. No, but before I let you run out of here, these games are such a blast to cast and so much fun to watch. Are there any shouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Shout out to my team, I guess. Shout out to you for casting, and that's probably about it.
All right. Well, congratulations on your 2-0 victory. I look forward to seeing you all further down in the playoffs for season number 8 for Heroic Division. Enjoy your win.